Hello and welcome back to Brendan Moir's Playwright Corner, where I read plays, poems, or whatever's currently striking my fancy at the moment. Today we're going to be finishing up the Myth of Cuchulainn with W.B. Yeats's The Only Jealousy of Emer and The Death of Cuchulainn. These were recorded in two separate stints, so we might end up just combining the two of them to create a complete episode, but hopefully you're used to that by now. So, without any further ado, let's start with The Only Jealousy of Emer. The persons in the play are the three musicians, their faces made up to resemble masks, the ghost of Cuchulainn wearing a mask, the figure of Cuchulainn wearing a mask, Emer and Enya Ingeba, both masked, or their faces made up to resemble masks, and a woman of the she wearing a mask. Enter musicians, who are dressed and made up as at the Hawk's Well. They have the same musical instruments, which can either be already upon the stage, or be brought in by the first musician before he stands in the center with the cloth between his hands, or by a player when the cloth has been unfolded. The stage, as before, can be against the wall of any room, and the same black cloth can be used as in At the Hawk's Well. Song for the folding and unfolding of the cloth. First musician. A woman's beauty is like a white, frail bird, like a white sea-bird alone. At daybreak, after stormy night, between two furrows upon the ploughed land. A sudden storm, and it was thrown, between dark furrows upon the ploughed land. How many centuries spent, the sedentary soil in toils of measurement, beyond eagle or mole, beyond hearing or seeing, or Archimedes' guess, to raise into being that loveliness. A strange, unserviceable thing, a frail, exquisite, pale shell, that the vast troubled waters bring to the loud sands before day has broken. A storm arose and suddenly fell amid the dark before day had broken. What death, what discipline, what bonds no man could unbind, being imagined within the labyrinth of the mind. What pursuing or fleeing, what wounds, what bloody press dragged into being this loveliness. When the cloth is folded again, the musicians take their place against the wall. The folding of the cloth shows on one side of the stage the curtained bed or litter on which lies a man in his grave clothes. He wears a heroic mask. Another man with exactly similar clothes and mask crouches near the front. Emer is sitting beside the bed. First musician speaking. I call before the eyes a roof, with crossbeams darkened by smoke. A fisher's net hangs from a beam, a long oar lies against the wall. I call up a poor fisher's house. A man lies dead or swooning. That amorous man. That amorous, violent man, renowned Cuchulainn, Queen Emer at his side. At our own bidding, all the rest have gone. But now no one comes on hesitating feet. Young Enya Ingeba, Cuchulainn's mistress. She stands a moment in the open door. Beyond the open door, the bitter sea, the shining, bitter sea is crying out. Singing. White shell, white wing. I will not choose for my friend a frail, unserviceable thing that drifts and dreams, and but knows that waters are without end, and that wind blows. Emer speaking. Come hither. Come sit down beside the bed. You need not be afraid, for I myself sent for you. Enya Ingeba. Enya. No, madam. I have too deeply wronged you to sit there. Emer. Of all the people in the world, we two, and we alone may watch together here, because we have loved him best. Enya. And is he dead? Although they have dressed him out in his grave clothes, and stretched his limbs, Cuchulainn is not dead. The very heavens, when that day is at hand, so that his death may not lack ceremony, will throw out fires, and the earth grow red with blood. I shall not be a scullion, but foreknows it like the world's end. Enya. How did it come to this? Emer. Towards noon, in the assembly of the kings, he met with one who seemed a while most dear. The king stood around. Some quarrel was blown up. He drove him out and killed him on the shore, at Bailey's tree. And he who was so killed was his own son begot on some wild woman when he was young. Or so I've heard it said. And thereupon, knowing what man he had killed, and being mad with sorrow, he ran out. And after to his middle in the foam, with shield before him, and with sword in hand, he fought the deathless sea. The kings looked on, and not a king stretched an arm, or even dared call his name, but all stood wondering in that dumb stupor like the cattle in a gale, until at last, as though he had fixed his eyes on a new enemy, he waited out until the water had swept over him. But the waves washed his senseless image up and laid it at this door. Enya. How pale he looks. Emer. He is not dead. Enya. You have not kissed his lips, nor laid his head upon your breast. Emer. It may be an image has been put into his place, a sea-born log bewitched into his likeness, or some stark horseman grown too old to ride among the troops of Manannan, son of the sea, now that his joints are stiff. Enya. Cry out his name. All that are taken from our sight, they say, loiter amid the scenery of their lives for certain hours or days. And should he hear, he might, being angry, drive the changeling out. Emer. It is hard to make them hear amid their darkness, and it is long since I could call him home. I am but his wife. But if you cry aloud, with the sweet voice that is so dear to him, he cannot help but listen. Enya. He loves me best, being his newest love, but in the end will love the woman who best loved him first, and loved him through the years when love seemed lost. Emer. I have that hope. The hope that someday, somewhere, we'll sit together at the hearth again. Enya. Women like me, the violent hour passed over, are flung into some corner like old nutshells. Cuchulainn, listen. Emer. No. Not yet. For first I'll cover up his face to hide the sea, and throw new logs upon the hearth and stir the half-burnt logs until they break in flame. Old Manannan's unbridled horses come out of the sea, and on their backs his horsemen. But all the enchantments of the dreaming foam dread the hearth fire. She pulls the curtains of the bed so as to hide the sick man's face, that the actor may change his mask unseen. She goes to one side of the platform and moves her hand as though putting logs on a fire and stirring it into a blaze. While she makes these movements, the musicians play, marking the movements with drum and flute, perhaps. Having finished, she stands beside the imaginary fire at a distance from Cuchulainn and Enya Ingiba. Call on Cuchulainn now. Enya. Can you not hear my voice? Emer. Bend over him. Call out dear secrets till you have touched his heart if he lies there. If he is not there, till you have made him jealous. Enya. Cuchulainn. Listen. Emer. Those words sound timidly. To be afraid because his wife is but 3 paces off, when there is so great a need, what but to prove the man who chose you made but a poor choice? What about 2 women struggling with the sea? Enya. Oh, my beloved, pardon me that I have been ashamed. I thrust my shame away. I have never sent a message or called out, scarce had a longing for your company, but you have known and come. And if indeed you are lying there, stretch out your arms and speak. Open your mouth and speak, for to this hour my company has made you talkative. What ails your tongue? Or what has closed your ears? Our passion had not chilled when we were parted on the pale shore under the breaking dawn. He cannot speak, or else his ears are closed and no sound reaches him. Emer, then kiss that image. The pressure of your mouth upon his mouth may reach him where he is. Enya, starting back. It is no man. I felt some evil thing that dried my heart when my lips touched it. Emer, no. His body stirs. The pressure of your mouth has called him home. He's thrown the changeling out. Enya, going further off. Look at that arm. That arm is withered to the very socket. Emer, going up to the bed. What do you come for? And from where? Figure of Cuchulainn.
I have come from Manannan's court upon a brideless horse.
Emer. What one among the she has dared to lie upon Cuchulainn's bed and take his image?
I am named Burikriu. That Burikriu, maker of discord among gods and men, called Burikriu of the she.
Emer. Come for what purpose? Figure of Cuchulainn, sitting up, parting curtain, and showing its distorted face, as Enya Inyuba goes out.
I show my face, and everything he loves must fly away.
Emer. You people of the wind are full of lying speech and mockery. I have not fled your face.
You are not loved,
and therefore have no dread to meet your eyes and to demand him of you.
For that I have come. You have but to pay the price, and he is free.
Do the she bargain?
When they would free a captive, they take in ransom a less valued thing. The fisher, when some knowledgeable man restores to him his wife or son or daughter, knows he must lose a boat or a net. Or it may be the cow that gives his children milk. And some have offered their own lives. I do not ask your life or any valuable thing. You spoke but now of the mere chance that some day you'd be the apple of his eye again, when old and ailing. But renounce that chance, and he shall live again.
Emer. I do not question. But you have brought ill luck on all he loves. And now, because I am thrown beyond your power, unless your words are lies, you come to bargain.
You loved your mastery when but newly married, and I love mine for all my withered arm. You have but to put yourself into that power, and he shall live again.
No. Never. Never.
You dare not be accursed. Yet he has dared.
I have but two joyous thoughts. Two things I prize. A hope. A memory. And now you claim that hope?
He'll never sit beside you at the hearth, or make old bones but die of wounds and toil on some far shore or mountain, a strange woman beside his mattress.
You ask for my one hope that you may bring your curse on all about him.
You've watched his loves, and you have not been jealous, knowing that he would tire. But do those tire that love the she? Come closer to the bed, that I may touch your eyes and give them sight.
He touches her eyes with his left hand, the right being withered. Emer, seeing the crouching ghost of Cuchulainn. My husband is there.
I have dissolved the dark that hid him from your eyes, but not that other that's hidden you from his.
Oh, husband, husband.
He cannot hear, being shut off a phantom that can neither touch nor hear nor see. The longing and the cries have drawn him hither. He heard no sound, heard no articulate sound. They could but banish rest, and make him dream. And in that dream, as do all dreaming shades before they are accustomed to their freedom, he has taken his familiar form. And yet, he crouches there, not knowing where he is, or at whose side he is crouched.
A woman of the she has entered and stands a little inside the door. Emer. Who is this woman?
She has hurried from the country under wave, and dreamed herself into that shape that he may glitter in her basket. For the she are dexterous fishers, and they fish for men with dreams upon the hook.
And so that woman has hid herself in this disguise and made herself into a lie.
A dream is a body. The dead move ever towards a dreamless youth, and when they dream no more, return no more. And those more holy shades that never lived but to visit you in dreams.
I know her sort. They find our men asleep, weary with war, lap them in cloudy hair, and kiss their lips. Our men awake in ignorance of it all. But when we take them in our arms at night, we cannot break their solitude. She draws a knife from her girdle.
No knife could wound that body of air. Be silent. Listen. I have not given you eyes and ears for nothing.
The woman of the she moves round the crouching ghost of Cuchulainn at front of stage in a dance that grows gradually quicker as he slowly awakes. At moments she may drop her hair upon his head, but she does not kiss him. She is accompanied by string and flute and drum. Her mask and clothes must suggest gold or bronze or brass or silver, so that she seems more an idol than a human being. This suggestion may be repeated in her movements. Her hair, too, must keep the metallic suggestion. Ghost of Cuchulainn. Who is it stands before me there, shedding such light from limb and hair, as when the moon, complete at last, with every labouring crescent past, and lonely with extreme delight, flings out upon the 15th night? Woman of the she. Because I long I am not complete. What pulled your hands about your feet, pulled down your head upon your knees, and hid your face?
Old memories.
A woman in her happy youth, before her man had broken truth, dead men and women, memories, have pulled my head upon my knees. Could you that loved many a woman, that did not reach beyond the human, lacking a day to be complete, love one that, though her heart can beat, lacks it but by an hour or so? I know you now. For long ago I met you on a cloudy hill and beside old thorn trees and a well. A woman danced, and a hawk flew. I held out arms and hands, but you, that now seem friendly, fled away. Half woman, and half bird of prey. Hold out your arms and hands again. You were not so dumbfounded when I was that bird of prey, and yet I am all woman now. I am not the young and passionate man I was. And though that brilliant light surpass all crescent forms my memories, weigh down my hands, abash my eyes. Then kiss my mouth. Though memory be beauty's bitterest enemy, I have no dread. For at my kiss, memory on the moment vanishes. Nothing but beauty can remain. And shall I ever know again intricacies of blind remorse? Time shall seem to stay his course. When your mouth and my mouth meet, all my rounds shall be complete, imagining all its circles run, and there shall be oblivion. Even to quench Cuchulainn's drouth, even to still that heart, your mouth They are about to kiss. He turns away. Oh, Emer. Emer! So then it is she made you impure with memory. Oh, Emer. Emer, there we stand, side by side and in hand, tread the threshold of the house, and when our parents married us, being among the dead you love her, that valued every slut above her while you lived. Oh, my lost Emer! And there is not a single loose-tongued schemer but could draw you, if not dead, from her table and her bed. But what could make you fit to live, with flesh and blood being born to live, where no one speaks of broken troth? For all have washed out of their eyes wind-blown dirt of their memories to improve their sight. Your mouth. Your mouth. She goes out, followed by ghost of Cuchulainn. Figure of Cuchulainn.
Cry out that you renounce his love. Make haste, and cry out that you renounce his love forever.
Emer, no. Never will I give that cry.
Fool! I am Fan's enemy come to thwart her will, and you stand gaping there. There is still time. Hear how the horses trample on the shore. Hear how they trample. She is mounted up. Cuchulainn is not beside her in the chariot. There is still a moment left. Cry out! Cry out! Renounce him, and her power is at an end. Cuchulainn's foot is on the chariot step. Cry!
Emer, I renounce Cuchulainn's love forever. The figure of Cuchulainn sinks back upon the bed, half drawing the curtain. Enya Inguba comes in and kneels by bed. Enya Inguba, come to me, my beloved. It is I, Enya Inguba. Look, he is there. He has come back and moved upon the bed. And it is I that have won him from the sea, that brought him back to life. Emer, Cuchulainn wakes. The figure turns round. It once more wears the heroic mask. Cuchulainn, your arms, oh Enya Inguba, I have been in some strange place and am afraid. The first musician comes to the front of the stage, the others from each side, and unfold the cloth singing. Although the door be shut, and all seem well enough, although wide world hold not a man but will give you his love, the moment he has looked at you, he that has loved the best may turn from a statue his too human breast. O bitter reward of many a tragic tomb! And we, though astonished, are dumb, or give but a sigh and a word, a passing word. What makes your heart so beat? What man is at your side? When beauty is complete, your own thought will have died. And danger not be diminished, dimmed at 3/4 light, when moon's round is finished. The stars are out of sight. O bitter reward of many a tragic tomb! And we, though astonished, are dumb, or give but a sigh and a word, a passing word. When the cloth is folded again, the stage is bare. The end.